Presidents who are happy to fight down, to Nazis, to Michael Jackson, to JBs, to Tupac, to Notorious, and also my sister. And also so we are live with the gentleman in the back. We're just gonna be keeping it simple. He's just chilling, vibing, and then sketching some stuff. Us is very simple. We're not gonna be taking too much of your time because we are simply making a reaction of this brother, Congolese like me, former boxer, heavyweight kickboxer in glory, and I love some of his views. Without further ado, let's go.
What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. Thank you very much for stopping by. Very interesting. It's very late out here, but we stay faithful to you, loyal to our promise to do what we have to do for you. I know many of you watch us every single day, twice a day, so it's just difficult for me to disappoint you. Okay. All right, I'm tired. I should be asleep, but I'm here for you. Thank you very much for supporting us. I appreciate you. This is your first time, feel free to join us. Click on subscribe button so we can see each other more often. Okay, and before we start, let's all do this so we can push our video further. Okay, thank you very much. So now, today we're going to talk about something very interesting. The US Secretary of Defense, Lloyd, came to Africa to have a meeting for the very first time, to have a military international meeting with African leaders. I mean, they don't do this very often. Okay, we know America is a big brother in some ways. Big brother that tells you what to do. You know, this is undemocratic. This is unacceptable. Your country is not respecting the humans and stuff like that. For the very first time, seeing the US Secretary of Defense having a meeting with foreign entities and foreign leaders, it's very mind-boggling. So let's watch what's here to say. I'm going to make a comment right after. Let's go.
The United States Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, addressed U.S.-Africa relations in a press conference held in Angola on Wednesday.
A press conference in Angola.
Africa deserves better than outsiders.
He says Africa deserves better than outsiders bringing their small guns and mercenaries and looking for the proper interest. In other words, he's trying to, throw a jab at Russia. Like, Africa deserves more. Better than just having Russia coming around pretending to want the good.
So, first off, since I'm Congolese and he's going right into the topic, allow me to be me and tapping into the same frequency that Zack has been tapping into. So, do you want to know, some of you guys have been aware of the Zaire 74 when Ali fought Foreman, but there is a little situation that actually did happen and that seems to be taking place again, but bear with me. Ali was jogging in the street and every kids were following him. He was one with the crowd. He was one with the people. He was one with the land. He was one with the earth, connecting, and the future of that country was jogging with him. I was just 1 year old at that time. Foreman was the opposite, behaving almost like this high level officer of the American army. He's coming already just like Foreman with a German Shepherd, and I believe he had between 6 to 10 of them, and he had 4 on the right arm, 4 on to the left, and he was in Africa like, don't come close to me, don't come close to me. This guy is coming with the same energy, the same demeanor. Let's carry on and see if this idea will be confirmed. We all know where we're going. That's one way has been happening for so long. But don't talk bad about the Russians. Don't talk bad about the Chinese, because we have had relationship with them. And here's the thing. When Russia and China come in Africa on a government tip or developments, we have dialogues. When your European like French, Belgium, or United States come to Africa, they're like, you little kid, you should. Motherfucker. I'm gonna hold my tongue and carry on.
Things of Africa.
I'm also here to underscore an important point, and that is that Africa matters.
Africa matters. Africa matters. Wow. Congratulations, guys. You matter. I didn't know that. You don't matter.
It matters profoundly to the shape of the 21st century world. And it matters for our common prosperity and our shared security. And Africa also matters deeply to the United States and to my boss, President Biden. And I can tell you firsthand.
To my boss. Who's your boss? My boss is a pedo. Anyway, we're not gonna go into the usual stuff. My boss is the Dalai Lama. Okay, he has been kissing young boys. So as we're going into that trail of responsible people and honorable people, we keep on falling into a bad vibration, or something related with a ring of. We're not gonna enter into that topic, but you know what I'm talking about. My boss, George Foreman with his dogs. Keep barking, motherfucker.
That the president believes that Africa's success is crucial to all of our futures.
Wow, Africa's success is crucial to all of our futures. Wow, that's a new sermon. I had never heard anything like that before. It's very interesting. This sounds to me very much, before getting into it, sounds to me very much like somebody coming to do damage control, okay? You've done some damage, you've destroyed some things, now you're here trying to fix whatever crap you've done, you know what I mean? I mean, we know that Africa is disregarded. We all know that, right? And I can tell you very quickly that when they went to vote in the United Nations against Russia, asking people to vote against Russia, you know, condemning Russia's actions in Ukraine, many African countries did not vote against Russia. Yes, many African countries pull away. They did not vote against Russia. And I think the United States is coming to its sense. They need to do damage control in Africa, because for many, many years, Africans now perceive America like just this, wannabe perfect entity that thinks they can teach you how to live, what to drink, what to eat. Let's go.
The United States is deeply committed to making sure that Africa enjoys all of the protections of the international rules and norms that advance security and prosperity.
Africa must enjoy the protection. Oh, I didn't know you needed protection.
You know, other countries may see African countries as proxies or even pawns. But we see African...
So basically, other countries, we are seeing Africa as pawns, and we've been using them for all this time. But it happened to be now. Few elements has led Africa to start thinking like that. We're not really going to be going too far, but there's few elements. And COVID, there's a certain wave of situation that got us breaking free. September 11. Into all of our imagination, we never really anticipated something like this to happen. We were all shocked, like Hollywood production in a big scale. I used to think like that back then, and I'm still think like that today. Then there was the little tsunami that went to Asia, and this earthquake, and then there was the Haitian earthquake that actually had the people feeling so sad for a country, and this was compassion. All the world, we kind of got kicked with that notion of compassion. When the earthquake, tsunami, and Fukushima happened in Japan, three divinity roaring into the land of the rising sun. Everybody were fan of Japan. Since they had the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan has done one thing and one thing only: colonizing our feelings, our emotion with the Japanese samurai precepts through the creation of the long-lasting hours of happiness that we have experienced by playing music with the Sony music player. You know what I'm saying? Way before the iPods. Everybody has practiced a form of karate, judo, watch a form of ninja, samurai, watch being raised by watching the anime from Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academy, One Piece, and it goes on and on and on. Shout out to Akira and Ninja Scroll for the OGs. We are all being educated in Japan on that sense. So the Boston bombing was a little bit. They kept on pushing that stuff until they did that stuff with Charlie Hebdo. Je suis Charlot. They kept on. They've been pushing that situation. Now we've seen how it is. We knows who wants our benefit. We know exactly who's right, who's wrong. But you, America, United States, G8, G20, you never seen anything. You never done anything that actually was beneficial for us since the independency and even during colonial stuff. We know who are our allies. You guys are losing the thunder. Even your own countries are like, go to New York, go to Los Angeles, go to San Francisco, go to Florida. It's a third world country. You have developed under us, and it happened to be that you need a lot more of our resources for you, all of you guys, France, Canada, United States, to come out from that mess. Bars! We know that too. So now we can trade. Come knock into our door, and we're going to be selling you our stuff based into our price. What's happening in Dubai and whatever stuff is like all your cellular phone, what we're using today for this podcast, has been from the Colton stolen from the Congo. Straight up, bars and delivery. Since we're watching a podcast from a Congolese fighter. And I'm Congolese too. You see the connection? Even if I follow the trail of connection, there's blood everywhere into all these technology. But we love the latest trends. So we are actually part of that system too. But guess what? Now it's going to be costing even more. Because it's not going to be like in a Faso with like 1 kilo for 80 cents. No! I need your talents. I have experienced that even here countless times. We need your professional expertise for corporate events. But we just have a budget from a gentleman that graduated from Cégep or lycée and high school. My intention and my answers are always the same. Of you, carry on.
Nations as partners.
Okay, so other countries, to Russia, seeing Africa as a proxy or pawn. We seeing Africa as partner. We respect Africa. They don't respect you.
The Biden administration believes that the future is being written today in Africa. And we want to move forward together through growing partnerships rooted in mutual cooperation and mutual respect.
Mutual cooperation, mutual respect. Wow. America talking about respect. Oh my goodness.
Our military cooperation with our African partners today is far stronger than it was just a few years ago. We're working to deepen defense relationships that are rooted in equality and mutual respect.
We're looking to deepen defense relationships that are rooted in equality and mutual respect. Interesting. Deepen defense relationship. That's very interesting. Let's stay there. Deepen defense relationships. What does that mean? More military base in Africa. More U.S. military base. That's what deepen relationship, defense relationship means.
Deepen relationship means, do you understand me? The old version was like, yes, I understand. No, we get you. We deepen the relationship, having more military base to slow down the amazing work that China and Russia has been doing. You know that China has developed, we can go from Ethiopia all the way to Kenya. It's almost like an Orient Express, a train. They've been doing all the sewer system, the train, the road in Africa and South America for the last 10 years. While America has been doing all the forever war, proxy war, zero developments. We were labeled by them third world country back then. We were labeled and living third world country yesterday. We were labeled and living as a third world country today. Now we friends. Let's forget about the past. Nigga, you owe us. You owe us. Give back our golds. Anyway, let's carry on.
I mean, how are you going to deepen defense relationships? And by the way, why are we deepening defense relationship again? Is Africa at war? No. What are we deepening this relationship, defense relationship for? To protect against who? Please tell me, to protect against who? I mean, if we're not at war right now, it means you are gaining from this deepened defense relationship. Or you just want to establish more bases in Africa, all over the place, so you can control. Right? Let's follow.
We're joining hands with new partners and building new coalitions to oppose aggression and uphold sovereignty.
Oppose aggression and uphold sovereignty. Aggression from who? We're not aggressed. As far as I know, everybody want to work with us. As far as I know, everybody want to work with Africans. Like, what aggression are we talking about?
And we're empowering our partners to pursue locally, nationally, and regionally led solutions to the dangers that they face. These threats include violent extremism, piracy, cyber vulnerabilities, and climate disasters, all too often made worse by weak governance and predatory institutions and persistent poverty. So we're determined to work with our valued African partners.
Wow, we're determined to work with our valued African partners. Valued African partners. Wow, valued.
To develop the capabilities that they need to keep their people safe.
I'm so happy now. I am so happy for being valued as African today. It's so.
Do you know how to eat madesu?
Eh? Do you know my culture? Look at your face. Look at your white hair. Eh? Do you know c'est quoi le foufou? I know. Do you know what is the fufu? Do you know what is the kwanga? Because I'm the best of the best of the best West Point, sir. You sound just like the anyway, let's carry on.
So our outstanding U.S. Africa Command, led by General Michael Langley, provides a range of support to our partners in Africa. And that includes professional military education, capacity building, counterterrorism.
Why are we talking just about guns? Professional military education, capacity building, counterterrorism. Why are we talking about guns? How about development? How about constructions? How about infrastructure? How about money? How about destroying poverty? How about making things free? You know what I mean? Why just guns? Of course, because all these military guns produce machinery, American companies. When we sell you guns, we bring business to these companies. Raytheon, Lockheed Martin. It's business. Guns means business. That's not what Africa needs. Africa does not need protection of guns. We don't need that right now. We need infrastructures, hospitals, schools. We need things. We need good roads.
Counterterrorism, logistics, and much, much more. Africa deserves better than outsiders trying to tighten their grip on this continent.
Africa deserves better.
Africa needs better than outsiders. But the outsiders have been helping us to be who we are today. And I would like to have a little pause and just for some of you guys that actually do not know how Africa looks like, it's to show some amazing infrastructure, amazing places in Africa. But that's something that you can do on your spare time. So let's carry on.
Than outsiders trying to tighten the grip on the continent. What outsider are we talking about? Russia. So, fellas, this sounds to me more like a campaign against Russia in Africa.
Africa deserves better than autocrats selling cheap guns and pushing mercenary forces like the Wagner Group or depriving grain from hungry people around the world.
What happened to your collaborator France? What happened to the French embassy? Okay. So, They lost the grip, so the BRICS is putting actually China owns the American dollar. First off, the BRICS it's way much more powerful. You are into the decline, so it's actually from all of our scenarios. Since I'm an OG and I'm 50, I never really envisioned one day the world to be into this angle. I always thought of all kinds of scenarios and everything, but I have never envisioned actually America sending one of the to actually beg for collaboration. So Obama got us once. Now they're sending somebody the opposite of Kamala Harris to actually please us. Doesn't even speak the language, doesn't dance into our vibration. It's just a West Point pawn. Anyway, we did a tour. We still can go into this rabbit hole to see if anything new comes up. But we already know where does this conversation goes. But I still gonna have to respect the work of my brother, Zack, and let him finish with his presentation.
So, in other words, okay, Africa deserves better than some cheap autocrats sending cheap guns and preventing grains from coming to them. So it's like, okay, me, marry me, not her. She has a very bad past. Okay, her past is not good. I'm the good one. That's what it sounds like. You know, it's very difficult to stay in power forever if you just strong. You can't be strong all the time. Like I always say most of the times, you can be a very strong person, but if you have issues with everybody, it becomes very dangerous for you. Yeah, because you don't win all the wars with physical strength, unfortunately. Some wars are very tactical, psychological, moral. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need
Really like the angle that he's taking, and because here's the thing. How old is America? 400 years. How old is Canada, Quebec? 375 years. Huh? 175. Quebec. But anyway, whatever. Under thousands of years. And so they're young. They diaper. They're still wearing diapers and sucking on their tongue. That's why whenever there's a manifestation of a collaboration comes with like a baby with diapers holding guns. That's the only, it's either that aspect of the episode that Trudeau has been displaying internationally. It does not make you Canadian look good. When you see what's happening in America, it does not make you guys look good. But who has been collaborating with Africa? Russia. How old is Russia? How old is China? Oh, okay. So old civilization that went to that history of war for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. I believe a certain wisdom, and they end up acquiring a certain form of wisdom. And today, with all the stakes that we have, the war taking over dictatorship, these are shit from the past. We entering technocracy. Yes, let's call it technocracy. Why I'm doing all this kind of stuff? Because I'm stepping into a level above technocracy. Everything that you guys need for this technology to take place in between the computers, the technology and everything comes from a continent. So basically, I'm talking about a Bantu technocracy that's been taking place. We're no longer into kingdom. We're no longer into republic. We're not even into a prime minister or president. We're into multinationals controlling the outcome of something. Shout out to 50 cents. Shout out to Akon. Why? Because they are billionaires. How much money did Congo generate today? Less than 50 cents. Bars! I just said it. How much money did the Congo generate today? Like Elon Musk has been doing a lot. All the Bezos, the Elon Musk, and we have to go into the vanguards. That's all they've been doing. And even that Bill Gates, that's what he does. So, among us Africans, sometimes it's very hard to come together. A lot of us are suffering from the PTSD of the colonial wounds. Hurts. Let me say this again. A lot of us are suffering from the PTSD of the colonial situation. Straight up. They're all nice, lovely, friendly until you start sitting down and collaborating. There's that little trauma from inside that just wanna poke. Either it's too Christian or just too traditional African with PTSD, and most of the time it doesn't work. So it's also very hard to come together. So now what is the angle? Qui s'assemble se ressemble. So I think we have to go get these billions. Here's a little something also. Canada is extremely developed. Even into this development, the like since they have the little REM tramway, under 15 minutes you're already in Brossard. And Brossard now, like everything is expanding, and the expansion is gonna happen even more. And everything is already super developed here, and there's room for expansion. My name is Mabika, therefore I am Congolese. I've seen everything that I had to see here. Now it's time to go back home in a third world country that need to be expanded beyond, above and beyond. This gentleman is in the back there. All these podcasts, all this music, all this stuff has only one purpose: to bring only one angle, to bring only one thing. If you have to go from the Father, the Spirit, and the Son, this is the Son, I'm the Father. So what is the Spirit? The legacy left by our parents, our ancestor. So all these little reviewing, watching, analyzing have only one purpose: to let you know that the world has changed. Africa is on the rise. And Africa is not only in Africa. At work,